hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. Yeah, you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you out of my head
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Pulls a coin and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. Tell me this time is coming for the sake of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Know that I need you anyway.
I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart beats a beat of time, I've crossed the lines just to tell you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I draw with a flying parade. I feel like I'm fading.
Ho, ho, holy shit, it's Sunday, and here we are on Point of View, your favorite sports stream of the week. I'm Bobby Mudson, and joined by this panel of wonderful gentlemen right here. Right to the side of me, it is Mark. Mark Talks. How you doing today?
I have had a much better week. It's been an awful, awful week if you're a Reading fan. It's been an awful, awful week if you're a Mercedes fan, knowing full well that Lewis Hamilton is now back to being a full beast. And a lot of sport has been going on as well. So it's going to be good to catch up with everyone. NXT deadline was last night. We've got Saturday night main event coming this week. Alongside TNA have got their last show of the year as well. A lot of things have happened. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to deep dive into my angerness of what's happened to Reading later on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much better if you're a Manchester United fan this week either, but at least I had PBW to make things better last night. But right below Mark, he is right there. All 3/3 of him, even though sometimes it's only 2. It's Andre C. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Been a good week. Really good deadline last night. I enjoyed that show, man. I had a blast. It was a great women's Iron. Both Iron Survivors were amazing. That I as much as I know everybody on this channel hates her, that Lola Vice in the Underground was great. But yeah.
Like I had an argument with Astrid last night about Lola Vice.
I don't watch regularly, so my knowledge of NXT exists from watching matches that I'm told to watch or listening to Ed and Asher give, the great advice that they do on taking over. Now, my knowledge of Lola Vice is minimal, but I know about the MMA background and everything like that, and I heard about this all going down. Like, why is it that people aren't connecting with Lola? Why is it that she's not their go-to person?
I don't understand, because I'm connecting with her. I think again, she's not like the greatest wrestler in the world. I'm not going to say that, but they're saying she's a bad wrestler. I'm like, she's fine. I haven't seen her have a bad match yet. Have her matches been 5-star? No, they're 2.5, 3-star matches. But like, that's what you get for a person coming out of MMA. It's been in wrestling for a couple of years. You're not looking at somebody who's going to be like, I don't expect her to have 5-star matches. I don't expect anybody to have 5-star matches unless just names Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega. So,
I mean, it's NXT. This is supposed to be where they're getting their time in to learn how to get to the point of having top quality matches. As we say hello to Basser. How you doing, Basser? He was there with me at PPW last night. He brought his son, Little Bass, with him last night for his first PPW experience, and an experience. It was 9 matches, a championship title change on the card, some new catchphrases or chants from the audience that were very, very much unexpected. It was a very easy. The Short Kings defended the tag belts. One of the chants came during their matchups. I don't know if I should really repeat what was said.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it. Say it.
Let's just say that
Say
it was suggested that Levi Knight do something inappropriate to Mars the Specialist, to which Mars the Specialist then hopped on the middle rope and pointed directions to where Levi could go. But we'll leave it at that much right there. If you want to find out, you'll be able to find out in the new year when the match releases on Prairie Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel. But we did have a title change in Michael Allen Richard Clark conquering Sheik Akbar Shabazz and is now the new Prairie Pro Wrestling champion of the world. So yes, that was one of the big
Sheik
goats
forever.
Sheik
forever.
Say Sheik forever, but Sheik is, I mean, he can still make the claim of the longest reigning PPW champion in history and the only man to ever hold the belt twice. So he's got a lot of accolades behind him, and who knows, maybe he'll come for revenge. Maybe we'll see him in the tag picture eventually. Maybe he'll become the first ever Prairie Pro Wrestling wrestler to ever hold both titles and have that grand slam in Prairie Pro Wrestling.
Paralera for tag champs.
I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility. We'll see how things pan out in 2025. But a quick thank you to everybody who came out last night and has been supporting Prairie Pro Wrestling. We do really appreciate it. But I know I want.
If we go back to Lola Vice, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
If we quickly go back to that.
Yeah.
The thing that Astrid and Ed were saying yesterday was that she hasn't got the charisma and she hasn't got the in-ring work that Jada Parker had. And I turned around and they said that they're not happy with the amount of underground matches that Lola Vice is in, because they used to be sporadic, but now that it's becoming her thing. And I said, well, that's a storyline for her. That's her thing, right? You like Matt Riddle had. Matt Riddle, or no, who was it? The one before Matt Riddle? I can't remember who it was. I think it was
Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you very much. I knew it was the bald man with a beard.
He had like 6 fight pit matches in a year.
Yeah, and I said, look, this is Lola Vice's thing, and when she does get beaten, it's going to mean more. And they're saying, but it's not going to mean anything because she hasn't got it. And they're like, but Jada Parker, I'm still missing the Jada Parker it factor, right? I'm missing it. I don't know what I'm missing, but I'm missing something. And the thing I'm missing at the moment is I think she's excellent on the mic. I think she's excellent when she's got an angle of what to do. And I think she's excellent in the way that she does things outside of it. But when she steps foot in the ring, I'm not believing it. I'm not invested in it. Unlike Lola Vice, I know if I watch a Lola Vice match, she's going to wear you down, do that spinning back fist, and then she's going to ground and pound you like an MMA fighter. But
I don't think they like her style. That is the thing.
No,
I don't think they like Lola's style of that. She's very much, again, she's meant to be more of a grinder. and not everybody goes with the grinder style.
No, and I agree with that. But it's like I was trying to point out last night to Astrid that look, it's not for everyone, but you've got to understand what they're trying to do. They want to give Lola Vice a story. They want to make her feel like a big deal in a certain. It's like the Undertaker with Hell in a Cell, right? If you think about it like that, the man never gets beaten inside a Hell in a Cell. And when he does, it means something. It's like a CM Punk against someone backstage. You never know what's going to happen, but it could be interesting. And it's one of those situations going on, and it's like you've got to make sure that someone has a story, and she has a story. Jada Parker needs to evolve. She needs to get better. She's young, she's talented, but she's not it. She may have it with the crowd, but she is not ready for any kind of push just yet for her to go to that next level. But the whole match, Obafemi being an absolute animal.
Oh,
And-
STG, that's mean.
I think it's hilarious myself.
The Grinch hat didn't fit my fat head. All right, it's the only thing that fit in my fat head. That's why I'm wearing this. All right, you bastard.
Okay, that reply was the best thing you could have said. Too.
I've got Grinch jammies.
Yeah, I've got Grinch pajama bottoms. That's
Me too.
It. Yeah.
Is it
Can match.
like all? Is just a bunch of heads like in a checkered pattern? I think we have the same pants. I think we just became best friends.
I could take anything. There was a joke at the end of that. I'm not going to do it. I'll be a good boy today because it's Christmas coming up soon. But no, it's just one of those things. NXT Deadline was amazing. And I think NXT is on the right track going into 2025. And a lot of wrestling's going to. This is a question I've got to have for you, both of you. All right. The state of professional wrestling is going to change massively in 2025. You're going to have one of the biggest brands in existence of wrestling go over to a streaming platform. What do you think that's going to do to other wrestling companies with what WWE? No, I think the person who he's about to beat is going to be called up. SDG. Very soon. New Year's Evil looks like it's going to be Obafemi versus Trick Williams. And I think that Trick will not be on NXT very long. So what do you both think? I have a feeling. I'll wait till I say mine what I think at the end. But what is your feeling towards the biggest brand of professional wrestling going to the biggest streaming platform in the world? And what will that mean for other wrestling companies as well?
Again, Bobby, mind if I go first? Like we're like all three of us are outside of the United States, so everything for the three of us, everything is going to Netflix in the WWE. Like I'm gonna go to watch. I'll probably watch more of it all because it's on Netflix. Because
the casuals.
I don't have Sportsnet. I just signed up for it there last like a week and a half ago, so I could watch Survivor Series on the Sportsnet app, and so I could watch NXT these couple of weeks because I'll be replacing Ed on the 17th, so I want to be able to watch them no problem and don't have to worry about a streamer or something But like, it's more convenient for it to be there. Dude, even if they raise my price by a couple bucks, it's worth it because it's going to be so much more accessible to everybody because Netflix is the biggest streamer in the world, bar none. It reaches everywhere in this world, and it's going to be interesting to see how many casuals, how many other people, how many people in your life that don't regularly watch it are going to see it on their home screen and click it and watch just a random match and go, oh my God. But then how many people are going to watch it and go, this is 3 hours long? Why the fuck am I watching this?
So, yeah, I mean, and I'll bring up STG stuff here first. I think other wrestling companies will think they can swoop in on cable TV deals, but I think they are slowly dying now, where TV rating doesn't really matter. It's all apps and streaming. WWE set the bar to a point where no one else can catch them. See, the thing is like to Andre's point, Netflix is the largest, or pretty much on par with the largest. I mean, you could make an argument maybe for Amazon Prime being up there kind of thing in terms of like everybody has it, or a good vast majority of people have it. I think that for WWE's sake, it's going to bring in casual viewers that maybe could go, oh, I used to watch in the 90s or something like that. Maybe I should look at what they're up to these days or something like that, and they'll flip it on. Or, say WrestleMania does happen to be headlined by someone like The Rock, and I remember The Rock. Hey, I watch Rock's crappy movies. I'll watch WrestleMania on Netflix or something like that. I mean,
there's no need for that. There's no need for that. There's no need for that.
Okay, come on. Please tell me you're not a fan of the Tooth Fairy. But anyway.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
As one of his best films. That is up there in the top 10 best films he's ever made.
Strangle me.
Be Cool. He's so good, and he's so good as a bit player, and Be Cool.
Good. Also, does Netflix make money based on the amount of clicks and views on their show? I believe it's based on, again, I think it's a lot of it has to do with the audience retention and stuff like that. Very similar to like the YouTube algorithms and everything. Like, it's more based on how many people tune in and watch consistently, not just tune in and go, oh, that first match was horrible, and turn it back off again. I think that it's collectively the amount of hours that are going to get put into the viewing time and stuff like that. So again, it's going to be on WWE to retain that audience at the same time. Just because the casuals might click into it, they still have to give them a reason to want to come back to it, and that's still on the docket for them. I don't know with other companies where it's going to land, because I mean, you look at AEW, they did land a reasonably good television deal that could lead to some streaming as well too. So I mean, they're arguably heading in the right direction as well themselves, especially for, let's not kid ourselves, AEW is still a relatively new company. Andre can attest to this. New Japan's been doing it for quite some time. I mean, yes, on their own accord, but it does exist like that. Arguably, a company like MLW has been doing this, I mean, back and forth, choosing where they put it, but I mean, it exists in streaming version. And same with Impact Wrestling for that matter, too, is that you can subscribe those ways and do the streaming. So I don't think WWE is wholly original in the idea. WWE is just the powerhouse that was able to get the deal that really makes it worth their while, because it's all ready to go. And I can say that there was an announcement by Netflix saying that there won't be any Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson level casualties. They have souped up the servers. They are prepared for wrestling fans to tune in. So if you're worried about buffering, you should be good to watch your WWE programming come January.
See, for me, I think that I agree and disagree with the AEW comment. Yeah, they're a new brand, but they've got too many experienced wrestlers to do the certain type of thing that they're doing. That's the thing on my end. Okay, I see clips, I see people post about it. I try and block off it, cut the arse. But at the same time, there's too many great wrestlers in AEW for them not to be getting a mega deal, and they're not land. The one thing that I did speak to someone recently who's a friend of mine who I meet at Reading games sometimes, and he watches AEW more than he will watch WWE. He'll watch the premium live events for WWE if something tickles his fancy, but he'll watch AEW regularly. And I said to you, what is the biggest issue that you're doing right now? He goes, that they're not helping the casuals. They are just so dominant on the hardcore AEW fans that they're not thinking. That he goes, they started doing it recently with going, this is what happened last week. The build-ups to things, the little bits of tidbits here and there, but they're not doing exactly what they want to do. But at the same point, you've got WWE now that are expanding into Netflix. They're going to get their own docuseries in films through Netflix. Netflix is going to become, and I want to say as well, Netflix is all about sponsorships, and they're the YouTube way of doing things where I think I could be potentially wrong with this, so please do not quote me on this. Was if WWE get a sponsorship deal, then it has to be split with Netflix, or a certain amount of that goes to Netflix. Because now what you're going to be seeing, and the WWE has started doing this, is if you look at In the Ring, it's now being little bit of plasters here and there all around the ring with sponsorships. You'll get it for matches as well. You'll get it for stuff like that. They're taking the New Japan way of doing things. That's how I think of New Japan, with the local sponsorships for the ring and stuff like that. And I think that that's the way to go forward. The way that it's going to get silly is if wrestlers start getting sponsored by the things, and they start wearing an all-out like mascot gear going to the ring. Then they've taken it a bit too far. But I do think that's probably the way that they're going to do it moving forward.
But to
Rock
that
already get it.
testament, like you're mentioning that, and again, I agree. I don't want anyone walking down as a Prime model or a bag of Doritos or something like that. But you do look at, like, again, this whole concept comes from the world of boxing, mixed martial arts, things like that. And you look at some of the fighters, and they do get sponsors on their trunks and stuff like that. I wouldn't be outside the idea of specific wrestlers taking sponsorships if it fits their character. Now, if your whole gig is an MMA type style gig or something like that, and you wear the type of clothing that warrants that, great. I don't think that you need to go have Randy Orton get a bag of Doritos tattooed on his back or something like that to prove a point. But certain wrestlers might be able to really benefit from those sponsorships being on their trunks or their boots or something along those lines. I'm not against the idea completely.
No, I'm not against that. And I think you're right. But then you've got, then WWE have to be careful with that, because if they then start putting highlights of that on the internet and the sponsorship falls through, they're going to have to go through all the catalog of stuff and start blurring it, like they do with the WWE 2K games. Is they start blurring faces, they start blurring badges, logos, stuff like that in the game. So it becomes more annoying. But going back to your Randy Orton part, he's already said he wants to be sponsored by Nutella. So that could be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. But yeah, I just wanted to get. I was thinking about this the other day. I was just sat at home because we're about to discuss certain things that happen in the Premier League, which I am so happy that this even come out. And we're going to talk about Man United and Reading. But I just thought, as we were opening up, and Andre, the most beautiful man in professional wrestling, even though he was mean to me last week, which then got payback for the NFL scores, because that's what happens when you go against the most beautiful man and always wins. That's what happens. Yeah. You see, you could have been nice to me and I would have gifted you the NFL gods. But then you decided to try and turn babyface on me because I'm always the heel. You tried to turn babyface on me and it just didn't work out on you.
Oh, come on. I was being mean to Ed, too.
You're being called out here, Andre.
Oh, you messaged me? I honestly didn't realize you messaged me on Instagram. I'm very bad at looking at my stuff on Insta.
No, he's very bad. If you DM him as well in a group, he still doesn't pay attention to it.
That is true on Discord. That is very true.
Just tell him that somebody's doing a show and he appears. It's all good.
He's Joe Hendry in this OLE podcast. Just say his name and he appears.
I'm doing a podcast. Ooh, Andre's
message me again, STG. I will accept your friend request. Just add me and I will accept you.
He hasn't added me.
All right.
I follow you, Mark.
Yeah, you follow me, but STG doesn't. Oh, I don't think he does. I'm not actually sure on that. Bobby, question for you as well. You've had a horrific week. Not as bad as me, but you've had a bad week with Manchester United.
Two losses.
Is Almiron just realising that the players are shit?
Yes. like people should have known all this time. Again, like, there is a lot of dead weight on Manchester United, and a lot of them just aren't adhering to the concept of what Almiron's putting them through. And like, it's working in some levels, but there are gaps in that system that are not working out very well. We can't defend corners for shit, set pieces for shit at all. We're terrible at it. So that needs a lot of work. As much as I want to like Rashford, Jesus Christ, that kid needs to pull his head out of his ass or get going to another league or something, because my God, does it seem like he has got an attitude problem of the proportions, and something needs to shake it loose at him. If he's ever to play for England again, I think he needs to move on from Manchester United, personally. But again, the Arsenal loss, it's like I could have allowed that to slide because of where Arsenal are and how well they have played. 2-0 to Arsenal. Okay. Again, Amarim still new. He's getting it figured out. Likelihood was we weren't going to be able to beat Arsenal. But then you go and lose like you did to Forest. And I'm sorry, I know Forest are doing decent, but you should have had the opportunity to really prove it with the amount that you're paying these players and the amount that they're supposed to be world-class players. There is no excuses for what happened in yesterday's match other than your shit.
But do you not think I watched bits of the Arsenal game? I was at work, so I couldn't really see much of it. But when I was watching the Arsenal game, it really stuck out to me that Manchester United thought that when they brought Bruno Fernandes, that he was going to be what Martin Ødegaard is to Arsenal, because that man just runs the show for Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
If you give him the ball, he will find the pass. He will find the way, the precision to move forward. Bruno Fernandes is just not it. He's not. I looked at Amad Diallo playing right wing back, and that's the best he's been playing so far this season. Absolutely brilliant the way he's been going. And then you've got the midfielders of Manu and I can't ever pronounce his name, the one from PSG. Him, and it is very much one of those where I'm like, there's an unbalance. Like Almiron's playing the way he plays at Sporting, and it goes well. But the balance with Man United is like that. With Sporting, it was like this. You would have ebbs and flows, but he would always find a way. And he's doing different things. But with Man United, it's that. You just never know how their attack's going to go. And they were found out by the crosses yesterday and on the... They just can't head
Arsenal. That's what cost them at Arsenal, too. Like, we need to learn how to defend those corners and the set pieces. That needs to happen now. That's the problem. It's like, if that happened now, like, we're getting the goals. That was the thing. We were lacking in goals at the beginning of the season. Now we're lacking in the ability to keep them out of our own goddamn net. And that's where we're struggling. And that needs to change. And Amarim's the right guy. Like, I know in his mind, he's looking at this going, where's my dead weight? Who am I going to sell? And who am I bringing in to replace these guys? And I don't think he's going to bring in based on, that guy's really well known or popular, and I'm going to spend a ton of money on him. I don't think he's going to bring in the fanciest names you've ever seen. He's going to bring in the players that fit his system, that are going to listen to him, and that he's going to be able to get working properly. That's what he's after, and that's what we've needed at Manchester United for a long time. I know that this season is a dead season, and that it's back to Amarim to get things on track, but they need to stick with him and they need to give him the kind of breathing room they gave Ten Hag. But with Amarim, I know he'll turn it around. I really believe he'll turn it around.
Absolutely. Right, before we get into Reading, Andre, I'm going to give you the platform here, okay? What the hell is going on with the Canadians?
Oh, they suck. We have had a terrible, terrible season. I'm sorry. Like, I do not, like, I didn't expect the Canadians to be a playoff contending team this year, but I expected like bottom of the playoffs at best. I didn't expect third worst team in the league, but at this point, fuck it. Let's tank the season and get the first overall pick, or at least attempt to get the first overall pick. That's what that's where I'm trying to be positive. Let's just bench all of our good players, bring up the entirety of the AHL roster, and just lose the rest of this year, because we're better off getting the first overall pick at this point.
Yeah, it's not been a good year for when I first start really looking into the NHL, when I go, right, I'm going to support a team that's going to be good to have a good year, and then you lot turn up. And I'm like, for the love of God, can I not have a team that's actually good to me? That's just all I want in my life. And any sport, I just want to pick a team that is good for me. But Bobby, is it okay if I can do a little bit of a rant? Is that okay?
You go ahead. You rant on Reading FC all you want. I told you the floor was yours today. Have at it, Mark. Let him have it.
But before we get into that, something special.
Coming soon. To OLE. See you soon.
So I've had an absolutely shite. He knows.
Yeah, I'm aware.
He knows. I've had it's been depressing. So I go to the game Tuesday with my daughter and my brother. We go and sit there. We win 3-0. Brilliant performance. Great performance. Dominated the game. Should have won it by more. Absolutely phenomenal. And then I go on X the next day and I get told that my manager has had an interview with Hull City about the potential of taking over at the manager's job. I went, oh no, I'm going to cry. Wake up Thursday and find out he actually has gone into the training ground, said his goodbyes to all of the players, made a video 4 minutes long on X, thanking everyone for his time here. And he left to go to become the new manager of Hull. In the space of an hour, we then found out that Reading FC legend, under 21 manager, former Reading striker, promotion winner, Premier League striker for Reading, Noel Hunt, is now the new manager to the year 2027. I want to ask the person who gave him that contract how you think we're going to survive till 2027 when the owner's not even talking. Anyway, as long with that, we went to the game. We had a game yesterday against top of League One, Wickham. Fully felt we were going to get battered, and we drew 1-1. Coming from behind, should have had a penalty, but the referees in that league are absolutely dog shit. Don't understand how to referee a game properly. Said that it was a dive instead of a penalty, so gave our striker a yellow card. And then we had a post-match interview, Bobby, which you're going to love this, where it was, by the way, just so you know, the owner of a football club contacts the potential new manager and signs the contract. Well, not at my club. Noel Hunt hasn't spoke to Dai Young, hasn't spoke to the finance officer in Pay Young, and he doesn't pay Young. He doesn't pay at all. And not only that, we have found out that our owner hasn't contacted anybody. The chief scout has had to do it all in Brian Carey, who I have met personally, had a beer with as well. Very nice gentleman, Irishman, can drink anyone under the table, as I found after drinking with him. It's very much, yes, he's Irish. Literally, the Irishman can drink anyone. That and the Scottish will annihilate people.
Okay, so not only do I have English descent, but I've got Irish and Scottish too, mate, and I'm Canadian.
Okay,
so...
yeah, you could probably catch up. You could catch up. 100%, you could catch up. But yes, I've had but then the draw. We've got a game coming up next Saturday against Blackpool, and then we've got Boxing Day as well. It's just, it's funny, the League One, because Wickham, who have hardly spent any money at top of the league, Wrexham, who have all the Hollywood money, are quite far behind, and Birmingham, who have spent the record amount of any club in the League One history, are full. And we are currently 5 points behind them all, with the only club in the whole of the 92 league pyramid to sign a single player. So I'm not being funny. We're being told as well that in the January transfer window, we're going to lose significant members of the mainstayers first team players to try and recoup some money. I don't like 2024, end of 2024 and 25 already. Bobby, I don't like this. I just want a
don't
new
blame you.
owner. I just want a Saudi to come in. We discussed this at football, right? I had a chat with this guy and my brother and my father-in-law. We sat down and discussed this. We said, right, we know the Saudi Arabians are really bad people, or the government are really bad people, but they could make that all up if they just got rid of our owner, miraculously had a car crash, and they took over just for like a week and then palmed it off to someone who's reasonable. That's the ideal thing here right now. I'm not advocating for someone to kill our current owner. I am advocating for him to have a horrific car crash and maybe able to never talk again. That he not does anyway, and someone takes over the work for him. Not saying any of that. All right, don't take the words out of my mouth, people. I am not wishing for horrific accident.
You watch
Anyway.
how somebody's gonna clip and remix this shit and make you just look terrible.
I'll take it. I know exactly what I said. Also, what I say about Manchester United is Kathy, the receptionist at Manchester United for well over
Yes.
40 years, sadly passed away recently with a lengthy battle that she went through. She was a mainstay at Manchester United, saw all the managers, players, looked after all of them. David Beckham posted a picture recently meeting her in the hospital bed, along with other Manchester United greats and other people that have been through Manchester United. So my thoughts and prayers are with everyone associated to Kathy. I would say Man United, but I don't like them. But everyone that's associated with Kathy, and I hope that Manchester United will be able to redeem this just for her.
Well, I gotta say, David Beckham always a class act, by the way. Always.
Absolutely. Can we do NFL now?
Can we? Of course we can.
I want to
course
see
we
the
can,
scores,
gentlemen.
please, Bobby.
You want to see those scores? Oh no! All right.
I do.
I can't wait to put water in my head.
Fine.
Ugh.
There they are. There's those scores. Yawn. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. You got them. They're on the screen. They were on the screen. We've seen. We move on. We move on.
I'm in a worse position than I was last week.
Yes. Yes.
We took
To
too
be
many
fair,
chances.
some of the risks that you took, I would have gone with. If I was in your position, those risks I would have gone with.
So four more weeks of this.
Hey, I'll say the Packers came very close with that 31-34 game. So we didn't make horrible decisions. No? We just took chances.
Yeah. And right ones. I'm not gonna shit on you too much. They were the right ones to take that week. And we just need to make. I bet you, because Ed's not here, right? I bet you any money, Andre. Ed has already sent Bobby.
Yep, I guarantee
what he thinks is going to happen, because Bobby can't do it on his own. That's why.
What are you talking about? You don't think I haven't learned by doing this over the last 14 weeks?
No,
not at all. Not at all.
No way.
Just like me, you don't learn.
I mean, I know always bet on the Commanders and the Lions.
Yes. And the Chiefs.
And well, yes, of course. That's
because the NFL's having them win.
Are you really going to go down that track? Are you really going to go down that track?
No, I'm joking.
Don't join the internet. Stay away from it.
We're on the internet. What are you talking about?
Okay,
we are
away from that platform.
We are the internet, sir. We're all one in the internet.
So we're the internet. Us three are the internet.
Yes, we are now.
If it was, by the way, if that actually came true, my God, it could get interesting.
We'd be the evilest internet ever.
I would literally find a way of getting Di to have an accident properly then.
All right, guys, if we're ready with game number 1, we're going to go over to the Cleveland Browns. We're at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers.
We're going to go with the Steelers on this one. Yeah. I mean, was there any doubt?
Nobody's taking it. Nobody's going. Like, I don't know if I forgot SCG with me this week. He's in the chat, so I don't know if he's going to throw anything in here, but
oh, he will. He will.
There's no possible way he could pick the Browns here. Like,
I tell you this, I'm looking at the fixtures now. It's not a great week for taking risks.
no, not at all. I looked at the game
Not
this week.
a great week to take. By the way, Bobby, if the spreadsheet changes, I'm doing something. I just realised I forgot to do something. There we
Not
go.
only that, but there's also games where it's like, part of my pride wants me to not
Yeah.
pick a certain team, but unfortunately, due to current statistics, we might have to bite the bullet. And speaking
Why? Because you're
By the way,
7 points behind me.
I'm not ready to concede the loss, but I've almost kind of conceded the loss at this point.
Do I get a prize for
right.
winning this? Do I get a prize for winning this?
No,
You
you
can watch
get the
it.
prize.
Me and
You get to
Bobby-
watch dump an ice bucket on my head in the middle
Yeah.
of Canadian winter.
That's all you get. It's all you get, Mark. It's just
What
us
we put
dumping
on
money
the
I need
on
some
our
more.
heads.
I need some more recognition for my talent. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think about
You
it.
don't get anything. I'm gonna donate money to ALS after I dump water on my head. So that's your present is me donating money.
Yep. Oh, I was going to say something really outrageous. Then carry on. I just realised how outrageous I was going to sound. Then I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
All right. So
Yeah.
speaking of those games that sometimes you have to bite the bullet on, we have the New Orleans Saints at the New York Giants, and we're gonna go with the Saints.
Oh, this is a gross, really, really gross game.
Yeah, because it has
is.
the
It
Saints
really
in
is. It really is. I'm going with Saints.
I kind of want to go against that.
SCG's given up, by the way.
it. He just
Yeah.
nah. This
Fully
week
He
given
already
sucked.
up.
paid. He already paid, so he doesn't care anymore.
It's like you guys overdid it with the football chat, the English football chat.
I'm gonna take a risk. I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a
He's
risk
back.
for going with the Giants.
He's back. He likes to win.
Now, what do you want to go with there, SCG? Because it's Giants and Saints. It's a big stinker of a game. You have a 4-8 team versus a 2-10 team. I
Do we
kind of
dare
want to go with
say?
the 2-10 team.
Do we
Yeah,
dare say
Giants.
it's a giant stink of a game?
Yes, we're going with the Giants.
Oh, dear God. Dear
It's a-
God.
Let's go further in the hole. Let's go dig down into the hole.
I'm just going
Oh.
to point this out before we move further. 10 minutes gone between Tottenham and Chelsea. It's 2-0 Tottenham.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Wow.
they've literally just scored the second. Oh, hold on. We didn't do it. We didn't talk about it.
What
We were
happened?
going to talk about it today. Tottenham. Please clock on to what we were going to discuss in the
Oh.
Discord.
Jesus, sorry. Yeah, like it's been a while, but
Yeah.
yes.
Please. Oh, I've got it. So, before we carry on and move forward, it has been announced that Jerry Jones has taken his private jet from Dallas to the UK to potentially buy Tottenham Hotspur as well as be the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I want to read out why this is such the perfect match for Tottenham and for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Because this has not made me stop laughing ever since I have read that Jerry Jones could potentially wait before you guess that. But the stats are brilliant, okay? So since Jerry Jones has taken over the Dallas Cowboys in 1989, he's won the Super Bowl 3 times. He's won the NFC East 13 times, and he has won the NFC 3 times. So every time he's got to the NFC Championship, he's won the Super Bowl. His all-time record as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys have been 317 wins to 258 losses. And not only that, the playoff wins. He has won 16 playoffs and has lost it 15 times. Now, let's look at Tottenham Hotspur record, shall we? The last time they won the League Cup was in 2008. The last time they won the FA Cup was in 1991, before I was even born. They won The European
you.
Cup. I know. The European Cup winners in 1962-63 season, the year Bobby was born, and they won the Premier League 2 times. 2 times. The first time was the year Andre was born in 1950, 1951, and then they also won it in 1960, 1961. Now, both teams do not win ever for a very long time. Bring them together, they will never win. Make it happen.
But think about this. The next thing Jerry Jones can do after buying a football team or an English football team is start a wrestling company. That's what happens. You own a football team, you own an English football team, and then you start a wrestling company.
It's just the trifecta of bullshit. It's gonna be brilliant, man. I mean, he can clap.
Welcome to the new.
You know what? If he wants
Yeah,
to give his dirty money over to PPW, we'll talk. I mean, as long as he lets us.
I've got some ideas for you, Jerry Jones. If you want to start a company, I got some ideas for you.
So hold on, I'm trying to work out here. The last time he won the Super Bowl was in 1992.
Yeah, over 30 years ago.
Yeah. And Tottenham don't win in over 20, 30 years. Oh, please make this happen. Please, for the love of God, make this happen. The memes. Oh, the Tottenham fans saying they don't want this to happen, but every single person that has a brain cell wants this to happen just for the banter's sake itself. Anyway, sorry.
Well, you said every single person with a brain cell, meaning everybody who's not a Tottenham supporter has brain cells.
Yes.
Oh, so you're saying he's not even in town for his own team, or do they already... although they're playing tomorrow, so he could be back in time.
STG, you're correct, mostly correct. I mean, it's not like people don't like them if they win stuff, but when they come in and they take over your teams and they drive them into the ground, that's when we don't like them.
And that's why everybody likes Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, because their team is winners since they took over.
But they're also not in the Premier League yet, and you did put the EPL.
They'll get there in a couple years.
Give it 5, 10 years, they'll be there.
Hey, dude, they're sitting number 2. They're in contention to be moved up to the championship league. So
you do realize the championship is the hardest league in the world,
and they're going to take 100%. A big number. They're going to take a big number 2 when they hit that league.
100%. I'm just saying. Like, but they're the example of an American owner taking over and not ruining a franchise, in my opinion.
Let's correct this. Hold on here. That's a Canadian owner, my friend. That's
one of them is American. One of them is American, though.
Doesn't count as one. So you have a Canadian owner, you wipe out all the Americanism involved.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Bobby, I want you to snippet this as a short, okay? And I want you to release this as soon as possible. If you are a fan of a football club that has an American owner, how do you feel about them?
Well, I'll tell you how I felt about the Glazers over the last 10 years.
Yeah. Let's let it out. Let's see. I want anyone who watches this from America.
The Glazers. Fuck the Glazers. That's right. But here we got a new chatter in the house. We got Diggs, BTW. What's up,
Diggs?
How's it going? Thank you for joining us here today. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in on the show.
Right. Hold on. STG. I'm not talking about them winning. I'm talking about how the fans feel about their owner. Now, let's go and research. Put Man United Glazers, right? And read. And you will understand.
How much they destroyed us?
Yeah. Oh, it's so much.
Let's not. I don't want to be here all day listening to how bad my team's been over the last goddamn decade. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Enough already. We got Jim Ratcliffe in. Things are going to turn around. And soon enough, in the next couple of years, we're going to be talking about the glory days of Manchester United coming back. Just saying.
Yeah. And ask Arsenal fans how they feel about him.
To hell with Arsenal fans.
Only because they're better than you. Calm it down.
That's okay. I can still say to hell with Arsenal fans. And they're stupid idiot-looking manager, Mikel Arteta.
Oh, that's a
Jerk.
beautiful looking man. Do not
You're a
disrespect
big
the
old jerk.
beauty of that big old beautiful Spaniard. Yes,
His
they are.
Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like him either.
Yeah.
Oh, because of that
But-
Super League
but-
stuff.
They are at the top of the table, so
They're second.
it's better than being in the bottom half of the table like some of us have to experience.
I don't
Just
experience that. I'm top half.
Yeah, top half 2 divisions. Yeah, but I mean,
Still top half. Still top half. I'll take it. Don't worry about it.
United
Next
still
game.
haven't succumbed to that kind of fate just yet. Let's
Yeah,
not kid ourselves.
It's 2-1 now with Tottenham Chelsea. Carry on.
Boo Chelsea. I mean, as much as I boo Tottenham, I boo Chelsea even more. But I mean, credit to them for bouncing back as much as they have this season. But moving on there with our picks, all right, gentlemen. This one should be easy. Do you want the AEW Jaguars or the Tennessee Titans?
Titans. I refuse. I will never pick the Jags while the Khans are in charge of them.
Yeah, we're going.
I will take that. Right, hold on. This is a test here. If STG wants to win or he's going to go down, fight it. Right, this is the test I want to see. Anyway, talking of Chelsea, while Andre thinks about it, didn't I say if they got rid of Poch that they would do much better?
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yep.
Do you know what? It's a really hard life being right all the time. It's really hard life being right. Bobby, you won't know what that is, but everyone else won't know what it is. I'm just telling you how hard
It's another stinker game. That's the problem.
Come on, SDG. You know you want to pick Mr. Khan.
I want to go with Mr. Khan, but
I missed. Oh, he missed the game. He missed the game.
Okay. It's the AEW Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. STG. AEW Jags versus the yeah.
We
Did
still
it
haven't
again.
got to their name.
we'll go, I'll go with SGG. We'll go Titans.
No, SCG, you need the win. You
Yeah.
need to take risks. Pick AEW. Go on, STG. You know
they're-
you want
The
it.
Giants. I mean, they're trying to gain a point there. All right. Enough anyway. All right, gentlemen. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Philadelphia Eagles.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Eagles.
Saquon
Can't
Barkley,
you
MVP.
can't take a risk in this game. I'm sorry. It's the Eagles versus the Panthers.
No. Technically, it's Saquon Barkley versus them because he's MVP in my opinion.
No, it's gonna be Josh Allen.
No, it shouldn't be, but it should be Saquon Barkley. But that
It's
big
gonna
lanky
be Josh
prick
Allen.
can get it. I really hope not.
Like,
I just hope Patrick Mahomes wins it just to annoy all the Josh Allen fans.
All right, so I guess Eagles across the board, easy enough one. Moving on from there. I think Mark might be shocked by this. It's the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins, and we're gonna pick the Dolphins.
Dolphins!
All right. What do we got, Andre STG? You guys gonna try to go for that
Jets.
extra point? You playing that risk?
This
Jets.
game does not suck. This game
He
does
says
not suck.
He says the
It doesn't.
Ets. He wants to go with the Jets. Let's go. Yes.
All right.
I really hope you lot finish very fast last
We're gonna be we're just digging our grave deeper
Yeah.
and goddamn deeper, baby. Yeah.
It's great to watch.
Well, it's fun for me.
All right, gentlemen. Let's see how easy this one is because we got the Las Vegas Raiders are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're gonna go with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm going
I'm
Buccaneers.
not the only one.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks.
The Raiders are an actually all right team. They just can't finish games off, or they can't get that last ditch. They've got the foundations right.
Give
They
me the
just-
Young Bucks.
No, fuck off. If we're calling them that, I will pick the Raiders. I promise you.
They're now called the Young Bucks. They're called the
Oh,
Young
no.
Bucks.
So that what you're essentially saying is like they've got 2/3 of their game down right, and it's that final third that's really just holding them back.
Yeah, the actual wrestling. The actual wrestling, they can't hold it down. I mean, the actual football that they can't do very well.
All right. The mud
with a
slinging is heavy on this episode of Boy View.
Well, I've taken over from Bobby last week where he hated everything, and now it's my turn to do it.
I have my week. I mean, come on. But,
Exactly, we all have it.
yeah. All
We
right.
all hate
Well,
Bucks, so it's even better.
gentlemen, what do we got? The Atlanta Falcons are at the Minnesota Vikings. We'll go with the Vikings.
Vikings.
The El Vikingos.
The Vikings.
To be fair, you never know with the Falcons if they're actually going to be any good.
Mm-hmm. But again, it's the Vikingos. They're
Yeah.
Your cousin stick.
You could tell.
Dude, they're 10-2. You can't say he's that bad when the team is a winning team. He hasn't he hasn't been playing at his best level, but they're still winning. They're still a winning team. They're a 10-2 team. You can't argue with that.
All right.
SCG
Next
thinks
up we-
everyone's stinky, so it's fine.
If they're not a Seahawk, they smell to him. So,
Well, speaking of
What
those
the fuck?
Seahawks,
what happened with Kenneth Walker III there, STG? What the hell, man? He's been my ace in the hole as my running back this year. And why is he out? God damn it.
all right. Well, speaking of the Seahawks, I want to know who you guys got when Seattle Seahawks are at the Arizona Cardinals.
I know who I
think
want to say, but
I know
I'm waiting.
He's gonna say, but I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
I don't even need to say anything. We know who we're going with.
I've already filled it out for you guys, to be honest with you. And yes, the right move is the Seahawks. That's not even just based on passion this time.
No, it's not. Which makes me sad. But there's a possibility that my Cards could win this. But
Mark, what do you
so
think?
I need to ask a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Should I play the dick move or be the sensible move?
Dick.
Does the dick move mean we have a chance of gaining a point on you?
I'm going with the Cardinals. I refuse
Perfect.
to pick Seattle just because of SDG. That's it. Stay in character, be a dick. I never leave my character SDG. I am the character.
Again, he didn't say he was going to be good. He said he could be sensible or be a dick. Being sensible doesn't mean he's not a dick. He's just being sensible.
Being a sensible dick. Still
Yeah.
always a dick.
Now he's just being a straight up dick.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
See?
Anyway,
Tactic
we
on
can-
track. That's fine.
Anyway, we can be a dick when it comes to the Bills at the Rams.
No.
I so badly want to go with the Rams here, but it's just not possible. It's the Bills.
Bills, unfortunately.
Fine, we'll go Bills across the board, Joe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to go with the Rams, but I can't. I don't think SGG would let me. Is the other half of it?
Well, he
But-
might. I mean, like,
But the Bills, the Bills are still in this. They're going to be working very hard.
So if you guys are about 7 points behind going into the final,
Oh no, we're 9 points behind right now.
then you're going to have to go everything opposite in the final game of the season just to try and claw
just hope the
anything.
big ass miracle of a lifetime.
Well, week 17 and 18 could very much benefit myself and STG with the
Yeah.
top teams potentially benching their players depending on where they're sitting in the playoff runs.
That's,
So me and STG
Yeah.
could be taking some risks in those last
Yeah.
2 weeks.
it will be the first time.
I cannot wait for those weeks. By the way,
It'll be the
Just
first time
to see.
ever that anyone picks the AEW Jaguars.
I don't think anyone's actually picked them this series.
No,
I really
we have no
don't think
idea.
anyone-
Not once.
I don't think anyone
Not
has.
once. I almost hate to break that streak just for the sake of giving them a point.
I think that would be the only game that SDG goes, yeah, we're not picking different. I'd rather end in a draw or something.
All right. Well, up next, we got the Chicago Bears are at the 49ers, and we're going 49ers for sure.
Yeah, 49ers. Bears will play better now that they got rid of their head coach and the offensive coordinator. They will play better because Caleb Williams
but the
will be
49ers are missing a bunch of
They're
pieces this week.
stinky. They're stinky as
I
well.
kind of want to. Do you want to take a risk, SCG? I'm thinking Bears. Let's roar. Let's roar with the Bears. Let's do it.
Who's at home?
That
Bears.
one, it is
At
the
49ers.
Bears are at the 49ers. 49ers
Bears.
are at home.
Bears.
I was
Roar,
very close to
roar.
picking the Bears as well. But I'm going to go 49ers just to play it safe.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You
But
guys
I do think that
going
is a
Bears?
good shout. That is a good shout for the Bears, though.
Might be their time. Hopefully not. Because we.
I
picked
really
49ers.
hope so. I need to find a way of doing like double points or 10 points just for a specific game for them, so that they can claw something back, just to make the final week interesting.
All right. Okay, guys. Who do we got? Los Angeles Chargers are at the Swifties.
Swifties.
Well, it's the NFL Swifties, man.
Oh, for the love of God.
SEG is going to want to bet against the Swifties. I know it.
Oh,
I'll do
See,
it.
I told you.
I'll
I
do it.
told you.
he would never pick them.
Okay, I'm down. I'm down to pick the Chargers. I'm down. Again, I'm not against it. It's just the Swifties are the NFL Swifties. They have the rest on their team. But I'm saying all this just to get under Mark's skin. Honestly,
I love you,
truly-
Swifties. Swifties, follow me, please. I want all of the Swifties.
I like the
I will
Swifties.
take a percentage of you.
I like Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is an
Suddenly,
amazing
Andres
artist.
could get blocked by every Swiftie on the planet.
I think Taylor Swift is an amazing
Oh
artist.
no!
Don't get me wrong.
Don't put what he puts on the screen up. Yeah, she is.
He's not. But you know what? Your city SDG are being the most brutal against all the Swifties when it comes down to it. So those 3 shows, they're not allowing any tailgating that was allowed at every other show of the Eras Tour, and they're putting a massive ass fence around that stadium to keep everybody without a ticket out of there completely. They don't even want people listening to the show from a distance. Like that's how brutal it's the final 3 shows. No, F y'all, buy a ticket. That's how Vancouver's playing this thing out.
There's
So
a
we're
joke
going
in what you said.
We're gonna
Yeah, I know,
charge,
you're
we're gonna
Victoria.
charge through on this
I
game.
mean, that's true.
Yeah, we're gonna charge through on this game. We're charging.
You're
There-
gonna
there-
charge through on this.
there-
Okay.
There is a joke what you said about a fence, but I'm not going to say it.
Thanks. Appreciate
I'm going to be a good boy this show. Is anyone else seeing Andre Frozen, or is it just me?
Andre, are you okay? You with us? You get talking about for Swifties, and all of a sudden he's just frozen right out.
Ah! The Swifties are coming for him. That's why.
They already blocked him. They froze him out. He's Andre. I didn't see. Please do not resuscitate on there. So he's got to come back eventually.
Oh, that Swifties are completely banned him from the internet.
That's right. They just like they killed his internet. They're just like, no, not having it. Done.
The almighty Swifties have taken over. Hold on. Hold
there
on.
we go.
Whee!
Hey, he's back.
He did a quick apology to the Swifties, and that's how he's got back.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the Swifties took out my internet somehow, but I don't
Exactly.
know what the fuck happened.
Oh man, gentlemen, the next game we have the Cincinnati Bengals are at the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, so
Bengals.
this game is terrible for multiple reasons. For one, it's the Bengals versus the Cowboys. Both teams have very much sucked this year. For two, isn't this the Simpsons game?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah.
What the fuck is this? Like
It's the
seriously?
Simpsons game that they're taking over. That's what it is. Did you not read the Discord that happened? Anyway, I'm going Bengals because I refuse to pick Cowboys.
Yeah, I want to go Bengals because the Cowboys.
Or
Oh yes, SCG's with me.
Or do I pick Cowboys because they've made me laugh too much this week with Jerry Jones taking over Tottenham?
Go Cowboys, because that could be your new favorite football team. Could end up in this
No.
one too.
Absolutely not. They're going to be no, but it's more entertainment. Bobby, what are you going for?
We are actually going to go for the Cowboys.
Oh, come Bengals with me. Come Bengals with me, Mark. Screw the Cowboys.
All right, well, I'll go Bengals. I'll go Bengals.
I really hope this because This was one of the ones, don't get me wrong, when Ed and I were discussing this, he's like, do what you feel, he said, but let's maybe take a risk on the Cowboys this week. And part of me was tempted to go Bengals. Don't get me wrong. Part of me was tempted to trump them on this one, but I'm like, you know what? We also need to make up some points. And there isn't much time left to do it. So we're going to go with the Cowboys and take the risk on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, please let Ed Andre win this. For the love of God, Andre, fucking have some luck for God's sake.
Please, God, yes, let's just do this.
All right, gentlemen. Last but not least on this list, it's the Los Angeles Rams at the 49ers.
This is
Oh, it is.
this is
Oh.
what the hell is Chelsea doing? I don't know with this one. I really don't know with this one.
Because they're like equal, like they're both like middle of the pack. Like right now, the 49ers are 5-7 and the Rams are 6-6, I think.
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so they both could end up in that around the same position. They'll be in the same position next week.
Yep.
Well, the 49ers are going to lose this week to the Bears, and then the Rams are going to lose to the Bills. So they're both going to be, yeah.
Who are you picking, Bobby?
We're going to go Rams.
Yeah, Rams. It's a stinky game, and the 49ers, again, are missing so many pieces that the Rams, I think, have a shot.
But it's at the 49ers.
Yeah, but the 49ers are missing so many pieces.
Come on, Mark.
Right now.
49ers. Pick them. Pick them, Mark. Pick them. They're your favorite.
I'm going to go Rams. I'm going to go Rams. I'm going to play it safe for this one. I've risked a few of them. I'll give myself that. I haven't been stingy. I haven't done everything that you went for, which I could have done.
Oh.
So I'm a fair king.
I also didn't pick everything that Ed wanted either. Like we had a discussion. I made some decisions on my own.
What's your address so I can send you a real championship mark at the end of the season?
I'll send it to you later on. I really want that belt as well. Anyway, my wife won't allow me. What was the ones that you both disagreed on?
The ones that we disagreed on?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I don't. It's not so much disagreed, but there was open discussion about certain ones and stuff like that, and a little bit of debate, even including this last game. So this last game, that there was a conversation about whether to go with the Rams or the 49ers and everything like that. And I made the choice to stick with the Rams on this one. It was debatable, clearly debatable, but that's just the way it is. So I mean, we'll see how it pans out. We'll see if my picks are all right.
I'm going to call it now. I've thought of something that might bring Andre and STG into this. Whatever the final score is, okay, however far behind you guys are to Bobby, you're both going to have to throw water at yourselves anyway, for my entertainment value anyway. If you and STG, I'm not giving Bobby or Ed the opportunity here, but if you or STG right now say who you think the MVP is going to be, then at the end of the season, I will do a mini quiz between the pair of you, and whoever gets the most questions right finishes second.
That's fine.
I'm
cool.
I'm trying to make things more interesting here. You're so far behind, it's not even fun anymore.
And it's fun for me because I'm trying to come back. STGs with the past too.
Their points tally, Mark, is going to be very similar to my points tally when I do your quiz show later today.
Yes, very low down. Very low down.
I'll be that far behind everybody on that quiz, including Andre right there.
Well,
Andre didn't get the witness.
I'll at least have New Japan questions in my pocket.
I got nothing. I seen that list. I'm like WWE, and I'll get my ass kicked by Call of Duty on that one. AEW gonna get my ass kicked by Lauren on that one, and then JPW getting my ass kicked by Andre on that
You'll get
Where's
your ass
my
kicked by
independent
Lauren.
questions?
Just
You will
remember,
get-
we're
you
all
will-
going to lose to Tom Collier.
Yeah, 100%.
If you guys don't already know, then on Christmas Day for the past year, I think I've done it. I did it last year. I'm doing it this year. It will be around about 2:00 in the afternoon UK time, which will be 10:00 a.m. Eastern. Christmas Day will be when the my Christmas quiz will be coming out on my wrestling channel alongside Bobby Money Munson, Andre. We've got Lauren Goodnight, and we've also got the king of journalism himself, Tom Colahue, will be joining, trying to defend his championship.
There won't be much trying, but
He only won that by a couple of points though last
he
time.
did. Lauren
if I
was
remember.
close. Lauren was
Yeah.
close. Yeah, I was trailing. Lauren was close.
Yeah.
But while you got the floor already, Mark, and you're already talking about that, why don't you tell people where they can find you, what you get coming up?
Yeah, so on Mark Talks Wrestling tonight, we've got a massive double TNA show with Bound for Glory is ending tonight, where there will be 2 TNA titles on the line. This is the last PLE before we get to SummerSlam. That will be coming up very soon. And what I will say is there is a new member to the new bloodline that will be joining very soon on my show. And Lauren goes batshit crazy with her booking, and TNA mental at the moment. So make sure you go and check that out. On Mark Talks Football, we have started, I think we started the new season after gaining champions from the Vanarama National League North. We are now got our sights set on potentially getting into the EFL pyramid, going to League Two. And all I can say, I've really played out the season. And me and Bobby have recorded the start for next season. All I can say, you do not want to miss it because I get slightly angry halfway through. But that's it. That's it for me. I will be back on OLE next Sunday, doing making sure that my points are further ahead and trying
Possibly
to find
Saturday
a way.
night, possibly Saturday night.
Possibly Saturday night, coming back to do Saturday night main event that WWE are doing with Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, the Linganadal Gunta versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship, plus other matches as well. So make sure you come and check us out. But OLE has excellent shows. And Andre, what are you up to, my kind, beautiful man?
I'm doing things, you know, all that stuff.
Subscribe to things. Follow things.
He's completely forgotten what he's doing.
No, I was distracted. I was trying to finalize the shipment stuff for my Christmas gift for Mel. It's something from Japan that I'm not going to get until this Canada Post strike is done. So
Boo,
I'm probably not going to see it till like February. Possibly. But
if we're lucky.
it's also got something for me in there, but it also has Mel's Christmas gift in there. But you can find me on the X at that X and Blue Sky at that Canada guy. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. Actually, no, you can't find me on TikTok anymore. Well, you can find me on TikTok, but I won't be on there because I don't use it anymore. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at that Canada did. You can find me at our YouTube page, youtube.com/@AndreaMelba Wrestling, or youtube.com/@AndreaMelba Wrestling Talk, because we are going to be having our Stardom review returning this week. We'll be talking about the final 2 nights of the Stardom Goddess of Stardom Tag League, which did finish up this morning. I'm super excited to watch the finals. I watched the semifinals last night. I'll be watching the finals tonight. So yeah, come check us out. We'll be having that show come out sometime this week. I'll be back right here on OLE this coming Wednesday for the final proper MCU rebound of the week on Marvel Talk, as we'll be chatting Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange movie, which is arguably one of the stronger movies in the entirety of the MCU, because Benedict Cumberbatch is phenomenal. So come check that out as me and Ed go through that movie. I'll be back next Sunday right here, wallowing in how much deeper of a hole I dug myself. So check that out. Oh, we got Mrs. Mark Talks Wrestling there in the background.
There we go. That's where you can find Andre. For myself, follow the ticker below. That's where you can be able to reach out to myself, Bobby Bunsen. What I've got coming up. So this week's going to be a cool week. This Thursday night, myself, Bob Spokes, welcome back our good friend, the Divine Light, James Shaw from SPW New Zealand. And he's going to bring in some of his buddies. We're going to be talking about the history of pro wrestling in New Zealand on a brand new trip through the territories. As always, going to be able to catch me on Sunday here with these gentlemen, and hopefully my partner in crime at Fry will be back next Sunday. For Point of View Saturdays, it is always it would send me your address. It's not the mic, brother. It's not the mic. It's my internet. No, you're going to be able to catch me every Saturday afternoon with new matches. Myself and Pop Smoke calling all the shots for Prairie Pro Wrestling. And the last 2 Saturdays here in the month, we have pre-recorded a very best of Prairie Pro Wrestling series where we have each picked 4 of our favorite matches that are going to play over a couple of weeks with introductions by myself and Papa Smoke. So you're going to be, tell Sass how to level. I agree with that. I already pay them enough. They should be leveling up. But yes, that's where you're going to be able to find me. Other than that, I'll see you about this coming weekend with the shows. There's TNA, there's Saturday Night's Main Event. We'll find out what's coming up, but you can catch all of it on our local establishment, OLE Podcast, where we want you to follow us on all social media as well as give us a subscribe right here on YouTube, ring the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Leave us a comment in the comment section as well, too. Always checking those out, doing our best to reply. That's going to be it for all of us here at Point of View. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next Sunday. Take care, everybody.